Hello everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day today. So today we're gonna take a look back at the Microsoft Surface Pro 3. This was released back in June of 2014. This was an upgrade to the first set of Microsoft Surfaces that was released back. They had the Surface, then the Surface 2, and then in 2014 they released the Surface Pro 3, which is this one that I have right here. So this one is the base Pro. So this comes with the Intel iCore 3, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 64 gigabytes of onboard storage. Now this also has a micro SD slot on here where we can expand our memory if we want to, if we need space for storage. We also have, what we have also here is a USB 3.0, and it has a 12-inch screen, very beautiful display. Up until this day, I would say this still matches up with the newer Pros that was released later on up to 2019. It has a camera, a rear camera, and also, as you can see here, it's a 10 megapixel camera right here, and we also have a front-facing camera here for our webcam. You can use this as for your Skyping or whatever you want to do, a little streaming. And let's open this up. As you can see, we have a beautiful 12-inch display on this device. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at this and see, after 6 years of use, basically almost 6 years of use, we're gonna see how this performs. I mean, we have put this through its pace over the years. My wife used this device for school. We did a little basic editing on here, and it's holding up really nice so far. This keyboard here, they have the original keyboards for these at Best Buy. I think they were like $100 and something for the keyboards. We bought this one online for I think $30 something. This device doesn't have an integrated fingerprint on here, but we were able to get the keyboard that has that feature. So right here you could see that we have a fingerprint scanner here on this keyboard, and it doesn't have a numeric keypad, but most computers nowadays, they don't even come with numeric keypads, and these keys, they feel pretty solid, pretty smooth. The mouse trackpad right here is pretty smooth, pretty nice, very ergonomic. Alright, so let's get in this device and see how it works, if it's still keeping up. I'm sure it's pretty smooth. We haven't had any issues with this over the years. It boots up as soon as you turn it on, no glitch, no problems. So this device was shipped, we bought it with Windows 8.1 to be exact installed in here. Now it's updated to Windows 10, and it's been smooth. It's gotten smoother, less glitches, and still performs like a champ over the years, and it's still performing as how we bought it. Still smooth, no lag, still holding on, still going on here. The battery life on this device is very good. I mean, we use this for days before we even charge, so the battery life is pretty good. And it pretty much fell a couple of times. Here you can see it's a little busted right here at the top corner right here. It's pretty busted. It fell on the ground and got damaged, but didn't stop this guy from going, you know. Still working pretty good, still doing what it's supposed to do, still doing what we bought it for, which is to do our task. We do Office on here, basic editing, surfing, the web. As I'm saying, with the basic editing, it pretty much surprised me. It has only 2 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs onboard storage, the Intel iCore 3, and we were able to use, it's not a high-end editor, it was the Adobe Elements. So as far as Pro, I'm pretty much sure this couldn't handle that, but Elements was working pretty good on here, but for export it takes a little bit longer. As you know, this device is not gonna be the best for that as spec wise and hardware wise, but they do offer higher end Surface Pros with the hardware that would support your video editing. So let's go on here, let's put the pin in and see what we have here now. See how fast that goes onto the home screen. No loading, no lagging or anything. We can open, let me open the recycle bin here. All right, see, it opens pretty smooth. Go through the little tabs here: desktop, documents, pictures, documents here again, documents. All right, see, popped up an error there. That's for something that's been done inside this folder. Downloads. All right, see, that location's off. That's what was on a flash drive or external hard drive. Let's go to documents here. Just going through these folders here to see if we have any glitches, any lags, any delayed in loading or anything. And this is performing very well, as you can see. All right, so everything's opening on this. No glitches, no lags. See here, I'll go to 3D objects right here. See all these thumbnails, all these open really quick. No glitches, no lags. All right, we go to music. Let me just see if I could play. For copyright reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sound off for now. Let's just see how the media player opens. See, pretty quick for the media player right here. That opens really fast. No delays, no lags. All right, let me just stop a little bit. Play this. Alright, so I'm gonna stop that right there just for copyright reasons. Okay, so as you can see here, this still performs like a champ. Opens up the folders, thumbnails, videos, photos. They load very fast on here. No delays, no lags. Let me just open up a picture here. See how the folder works. See, that's a picture of me and my family here. See how fast that loads. As you can see, for a 6-year-old device with low-end specs, as far as the i3 processor, only 2 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage, it's really good. And most of these pictures that I'm loading here on this device, as you can see, these are on SD card, so it's not even on the onboard storage. So normally on the onboard storage it would load faster, but this is a SD card, and for this to be loading that fast from external storage, it's pretty good. You can tell it's a very solid device for the time we had it, which is almost 6 years. 6 years, as I mentioned before. You could see that it's a pretty solid device. I mean, and there's no regret in buying this device. And if I couldn't afford a Surface Pro this time, as far as one of the newer models, if you know someone who's selling something like a Surface Pro 3 or something, there's no regrets or any. I wouldn't think twice about buying it. I would definitely buy it since it's updatable as far as getting the latest Windows installed on the device, and it's gonna be a pretty smooth device. So now in 2020, it's still going strong, still performing as when we bought it on day one. You know, the videos, see how the videos, they load pretty fast. You know, for a 2 gigs of RAM, 64 gigabytes on board storage. All these are there on a SD card, so pretty much, and they're loading pretty fast as if they're reading it from the onboard storage. So I'm gonna leave that open. I'm gonna go to Chrome, open Chrome. See how it opens. Not bad. All right, so I'm gonna open Yahoo tab right here. See how that loads. See, it's loading up pretty quick. Not bad for a device with these specs. So a Microsoft Surface Pro in 2020, it's a definite go. Pretty solid. This has my stamp of approval on there. pretty solid device, still works like the day we bought it. You can see it's a little glitchy as far as the Wi-Fi. I'm sure the modem in these, they're updated in the new ones, but if it's a little, just maybe a second or so delay, you know, nothing to worry about. Let me leave that open. I'm gonna go to Word, Microsoft Word right here. I'm gonna see how much stuff like tabs I could open here and see if it bogs down or it's gonna perform as good as it's performing when I only have one app open. So I'm gonna open a couple here. Alright, so that is Microsoft Edge. Let me search Google, go to www.google.com from here, see how fast that opens. Alright, so it's searching. I'm pretty much sure it's not the internet, it's just the app here, the Microsoft Edge app. It's a little slower than Chrome in my experience. Alright, so Office, boom, Chrome, see no lagging, no delays, no glitching, everything's opening up as soon as I hit them. Let's go to Mail. I'm gonna open that up. Maximize the screen. Alright, and also I'm gonna open here the control panel. Alright, let's go to the different tabs and go back, see how this works. No glitch. Alright, no glitch. Hardware and sound. Let me go to devices and printers, see how fast. So you can see how fast and fluid this device is. No glitches, no delays, still works as the day we bought it. And the screen, you can see, let me close all these, you can see the screen quality here, and the display on this is a beautiful device. Compared to the newer devices, this still stands out as far as the display. It's right on par with the new ones, so it's not much updated except the hardware's in the newer one. They have the newer modems, maybe a little bigger this display, smaller bezels around the edges, and more storage. So but this device, just for a small task like in your office or just a few things, keeping your records and stuff like that. But if you're gonna do stuff that requires a lot of horsepower, then you're definitely gonna need a better device, or the same Pro with better internals as far as the high-end specs, which is more expensive. But this, for school or for a student or something, this is a very good solid device. If you can't afford a new one, then buying one of these used, there's nothing to lose. It still performs like a champ. So that's my take on the Microsoft Surface Pro 3. This is a 6-year-old device that's still running like the day we bought it. Alright, and the screen is, as I mentioned before, it's a 12-inch screen, very beautiful screen, and you can see the colors pop here. The wallpaper is a little pale, the wallpaper that I have here, but if I do add another wallpaper, you can see how beautiful it is. Let me go close this, turn it back on so you can see the screensaver, and look at the colors on that. That's beautiful. Alright, so let me turn this back on here. Go to Google. I'm gonna search for a landscape photo so you can see more colors. So I'm gonna go for landscape photos. Alright, I'm gonna search that, see how fast that loads. Let's pull this up right here. We're gonna open this. Boom. Alright, look at the quality of this picture. I'm just gonna pulling something up here so you can see. Let me save this image, and then we're gonna look at it inside the folder. We're gonna open this image here and take a look at it. Okay, you see the color on here, still shows the colors. The display is just beautiful. All right, look at the colors on this. Beautiful. It's not pale. Pale is not washed out. It's not an AMOLED screen, but the way how the Surface Pro screens are set up, the colors look really punchy. They really pop. So if you have one of these devices and you're thinking of getting rid of it to upgrade to a newer one, if you do not need the hardware, I would say I would not change it. The display is still pretty good. They still perform pretty good. And I went to the Microsoft store a couple of days ago, and the rep said a lot of people still have these devices. They try to take them in for repairs or some upgrades sometimes, but they no longer service them at the Microsoft store. So but a lot of people still have their devices from back in 2014 when they released these. So as you can see, a lot of people they're buying these over the Macs because the functions, the price, you know, it's a pretty solid device. So if you're thinking of getting one of these, I wouldn't have, there's no holdbacks, you know. I hope this review helps you out, and please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I have more content coming, so stay tuned. Hit the bell to get notified when I release new videos. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned and peace.